Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Virtus.Pro's Radiant team ban.
Welcome back, everybody. Yes, we are here with our second best of one of the day. Very quickly, moving from game to game. We're getting everything smoothly.
It was a quick game as well. Fnatic, they showed up and they were so strong. They wanted to win that one. And, so they did really quickly.
Very quickly. But now we've got two different teams in a best of one. BP taking on SG Esports. So, an interesting mix here, you know. You think about different regions and South Americans. CIS, the Russians, Ukrainians.
Of course, we have the Russian bear, been slumbering a bit over the winter, you know, taking a break. BP really haven't played too many games recently, some said. And here we get to see them going up against SG, a team that can really entertain and deliver. So I'm looking forward to what they're going to do in this game. So far, looking into the bans, we see PL being removed by SG Esports and Tiny and Bane being removed. Also removing that Bounty Hunter. SG is a team that sometimes they like to play this chaotic style, a lot of kills, a lot of action, and they're going to take away the advantage of the track. That's something that you really don't want to go. And here we see one of the most stable position 4 heroes of the patch. Every team has to have a Tusk player, else you're not going to succeed, basically.
10 seconds remaining.
By Virtus.Pro. Easy to build a draft. Very, very easy. We can see a Tusk AA combination in the first phase, maybe by them. We'll see what SG Sports want to do as a reaction here.
Such a versatile hero.
It is.
It's super nice.
Fits into most drafts, and it doesn't really say too much when you just open up. Darkseer here. A little bit more telling. Already what offlane will be against. Probably not good against it. Also, want to mention first base ban. That is some respect. When you
Ramses,
pick,
no.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, Ramses, he has played some brutal Broodmother, but normally Brood, we think of a hero that you can counter and play certain heroes against it. No, just not going to happen. Oh, the Clockwork Darkseer. All right.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice duel lane.
We've seen a fair amount of this recently. The like battery assault with the ion shells, just diving people under tower.
For sure.
Super strong. I honestly super love Tusk. I love Tusk so much this patch. Just the fact that it allows you to pick pretty much any hero in any lane that you want. The fact that you can block waves with shards early on, or I guess at any time, but especially the first wave coming in.
It matters a lot for a first wave. You could even do it 2 times on the offlane if you really want to get under tower even. You can do that. But also he just carries so much utility for a team fight. Amazing at saving people. Look at the amount of saves they have on Virtus.Pro already with 2 heroes picked. They have the Snowball, they have the Repel, the GA, the Purification, they have the Shards to hold the enemy away. And that's from 2 heroes alone. They're really going to be difficult to single down on. SG Sports, they need to draft a team that has a lot of team fight ability and big spells, which Darkseer is a good start.
Synergy hero. I also love, though, but like VP, you're talking about their saves and like defensive mechanisms, but then you flip it on his head and you're like, wait, but Tusk can also use Snowball aggressively and like get into action, get on top of people, with Purification doing so much damage as well. You've got these aggressive tools to, you know, play past cogs, get into the face of the Darkseer is super nice.
10 seconds.
Now, like you're looking for here, the Darkseer, that kind of synergy hero, brings SG's draft together, as long as they can draft around the Darkseer and make sure, like you want, some of these big kind of wombo combo spells, but
downside is it can be unreliable to depend so much on a Darkseer when you show him in the first phase, right? Because now you have Virtus.Pro, they have the opportunity of putting a really good laner against him. They can pick some Luna, who has really high base damage, and can easily against Chill, while still staying at a rage. They can also pick more unorthodox stuff, like even Bloodseeker, something crazy, that can lane against Darkseer and actually shut it down.
5 seconds.
Or more importantly, they know the combination is there. Their Clockwork off lane is going to happen by most likely. Virtus.Pro are aware of that.
Full on. So where where do you go now? Got double melee, 1 support, 1 core. Picking up a 5-role hero here just like it always feels natural. Witch Doctor, standard choice, nice surrounder, and VP come out with a classic disruptor for themselves.
Yeah.
Such a great kind of combo breaker, right? Being able to slow down, maybe reset one of these team fights.
Honestly, that's just their hero.
Yeah.
Virtus.Pro and Disruptor, they go hand in hand. This is a hero they have played so many times. They're extremely good at using it. They don't need to have a Darkseer in their team. They can still pull off great kinetic field plays. Of course, having that silence is quite good. Whenever Clockworks hooks in, you can just drop the silence from Disruptor on top of it, and hard for him to do. Lycan, gotta get here. I like that. I want to mention as well that Virtus.Pro, they removed the Shadow Fiend. That would have been a real explanation, of course, with the Cogs G, and they would get the team fight that they should have had. That they're going for push with like
Banned out in the pre. Fnatic again.
10 seconds.
You mean the
Like
Shadow Fiend?
The Lycan.
Oh yeah, he was
First phase banned, I think.
Seconds remaining.
So it gets through to the end of the second phase here, and VP respond with a Terror Blade. So Lycan recently, you know, if you haven't been keeping up, there's been this little build that we've seen from
62.5% win rate. Don't lie.
in fight. Was it 5k plus?
Yes, in 5k plus
the
average
bracket
games,
that matters.
It is incredible. The hero is so. I played it in the finals of the qualifier recently, and you know, I'm an offlane player. I normally don't get to play strong heroes like Lycan, but then I got to play that one game. I'm like, now I have to go back to playing offlane heroes again. But yeah, Lycan is very powerful, but TB is a good response. A lot of armor on TB. Sunder is a very good way to bring down Lycan from full HP to nothing all of a sudden, if the fight goes the way you want on Virtus.Pro. And also, having Glimpse in your team can be really good against him, because Lycan is good at getting out of the fight as well after killing one hero. Glimpse is there, could be harder. The only thing is that the Virtus.Pro lineup is not great at dealing with the big zoo of Lycan so far. And even GA can get removed by Necro 3. So you have to be wary of that. Necro 3 has a purge built in. Of course, that's one of the big reasons Lycan is so strong. And other is Helm of Dominator, of course.
What are we seeing now from Lycans? It's like a 7-minute Helm of the Dominator, a Necro 3 without boots. A lot of players just skip boots, then, you know, Pipe or BKB with like Boots of Travel come in.
So
it really is just about keeping your units alive and cycling through those Necro 3s.
The dream scenario for a Lycan is that you get your Helm of Dominator before killing the enemy catapult that spawned on minute 4. But you can keep that catapult alive until minute 6.5 quite easily, just by some lane balance. And if you get dominated catapult Lycan, it has the Feral Impulse, and it hits very, very hard.
Then you push.
Then you simply push with double. But yeah, Puck, another great hero here. So they have the lockdown with Puck, Tusk, and Disruptor to hold the Lycan in place. And same thing for Darkseer or anyone that he tries to surge away. It can be really hard to escape here. SG, if they could commit to a fight, they have to just go in and win it. And that's the tall order against the 2 saves that we mentioned earlier, Omni and the Tusk. I like what VP have done here with their draft. It's looking very clear. We're gonna most likely see the Battle Fury build coming out of Terrorblade, by the way. Allow him to clear the entire zoo from Lycan. It's a good way to deal with it, actually.
What are your thoughts in general on the
Battle Fury should probably get... Battle Fury is so easy to build now.
I was thinking the same thing. When RTZ was buying Battle Fury the other day on TB, I was like...
On TB or Spectre or PL?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because those are the heroes that he built it on, yeah.
Any hero?
Well, I've seen it so many times on so many different heroes for now, and honestly, you can build it on pretty much any agi melee carry, and the way it works. It's an amazing item. So most likely we're going to see a small Battle Fury nerf in the next balance patch whenever that arrives. We're most likely going to keep seeing these Battle Fury builds. It makes sense on TV though, if you think about it. When you're in range form, okay, you want to fight, but you don't have your Battle Fury buff, but that's sort of whatever. If you're in ulti or Metamorphosis as TB, you're strong no matter what, even if you did go for a Battle Fury as your first. And if you're not in ulti form, well, then you're just farming. So then having the Battle Fury becomes very nice. And it doesn't really delay your timing for having the Manta BKB or refusal.
You still have a nice like
quite
flow from
10
conversation going
seconds
from one.
remaining.
It's quite natural, but you do need to, of course, play towards
5
that
seconds
that
remaining.
timing. If you're on SG Esports now, if you see the Battlefield coming out from TB, you need to play aggressively early on and put pressure in the beginning. Of course, that is where the Turtle is going to be the weakest. Later and later, Lycan is going to struggle more and more. Arc Warden, that's a cool pickup here. Definitely a great hero for killing a lot of these enemy heroes. A great nullifier purchase hero as well. The best in the game, pretty much. Nullifier, which again, great against all. Quite amazing against
Bloodthorn, Nullifier against Puck, against
Yeah.
Omni. I guess even TB to some extent. He goes like BKB Manta, just remove those options, but
So already suggests that Aeon Disc could be a good item,
yeah.
but just by virtue of having one of those being removed.
yeah, Costabile has brought it out a couple of times. It feels like only yesterday that they were playing against Team Secret.
Prepare for battle.
Hour and 20-minute long game or something like that with an Arc Warden.
Yeah.
He's very good on the hero, but it's just the nature of the hero itself, right? It needs time, needs items, you need to farm your balls off to actually get this guy off the ground.
Yeah.
But once you do, if you've got a skilled enough player on the hero, he runs the game.
I mean, we went up against Hobson Arc Warden yesterday, and he's an amazing top Arc Warden player as well. And we recognize that you have to pressure early. That the only way that I know to deal with Arc Warden is delay the Midas timing. If he gets Midas early on, then you're in for a very tough game, because not only does it get so much experience, but gold really starts picking up. Once it gets high level on the Tempest level, that's when it starts getting troublesome. Lower cooldown that, he's going to be pressuring. And
30
definitely,
seconds
Arc Warden falls under a category of heroes you need to deal with. You can't just play the game and, oh, there's an Arc Warden in the game. No, you need to actively think about it.
Meepo, split pushing AM,
Yes.
Arc Warden. All of these guys you need to really handle. And of course, you look at this draft and you're thinking, well, how do you handle Arc Warden when you've got a Lycan with Howl, you've got this Witch Doctor, this Clockwork to play as the kind of defensive tools to keep the Arc Warden alive, but also just thinking about the overall concept of SG to have the push going. Once they have, assuming and hypothetically thinking that Lycan's going to have a decent laning phase, being in the safe lane should be reasonably good for 4DR down here. Once he has, Helm, Necro, and he's pushing towers, that's when VP maybe get drawn across the map towards him, and Arc Warden gets a bit of space elsewhere.
We'll see how good it gets, though, because look at Pasha. He's already going for the creep steal here. There's no support to mess with him here. And meanwhile, on top, of course, we'll see a similar thing by Liposa on the Darks here, but Solo is there with his Disruptor. He can go for some damage. He can even do a Glimpse play and get even more damage onto him, but most likely just going to Thunderstrike and bother the Darkseer a lot. But meanwhile, there's no such counterplay against the Omni Knight. So he's going to take this creep wave, run away with it, and most likely just farm it between tier 1, tier 2, like we have seen so many times. And that really messes with even a strong laner as Lycan. And Omni Knight's a weak laner against a melee hero. He can definitely deal some...
First pull across. You were expecting mid lane is a cog block. Try and keep this wave away. So mid lane, SG did get their Observer Ward down first, and they saw Lil come in and place the Observer Ward himself. But look at Bardinho dropping
Wow,
very low.
damage.
The damage from no one.
Yeah.
Enough to bring first blood to their table.
One armor doesn't get you very far, does it? Witch Doctor, not the tankiest hero.
Boy. Blood spilt already, and regardless of whether or not you saw the ward place first or what happened there, it's still VP coming out on top. Corsa up towards the top lane himself has dragged the wave across. Solo playing this little mini game that we see supports do. Try and get whatever experience, denies, and harass you can. Darkseer, he's dropping reasonably low here. Solo with one Thunderstrike has dropped him down to about a quarter of his HP, forcing him all the way back, and now he can't
He's
really...
going for him.
He can't really run from this.
Wants to kill him.
He's going to die here. Solo gets a kill.
And now he has to just wander out of here. So that's the Iron Shell creep chasing him. And no creep wave, so maybe... Only at level 1 Darks here, but maybe he can actually find him. Gonna let him TP out. He's staying. He's staying in here.
Solo sticking around. Mid lane, Lil is really beating into this Witch Doctor again. They're pressuring Costabile's Arc Warden reasonably nicely here. As no one 6 and 2, 4 and 3 for the Arc Warden for now. But
He has the double null talisman as well so early now in Puck due to that first blood, so he's going to be hard to CS against for Arc Warden, who doesn't have the best damage.
Lil, I'd be angry. I'd be angry. He tried to snowball in for the cogs to catch the clockwork.
He might be dead as well. Maybe. He's not going for the Maledict and Cask play, but he's waiting for his clockwork to get close enough. That should definitely be a kill.
Go. Lil pushes out. Fairy Fire not going to keep him alive. Nice play by SG.
Yeah, the combination is quite good. The Witch Doctor and Clockwork is really a popular one because it's so easy to get the Maledict into the W of the clock. And they're just making something happen, you know, making it work.
They are defensive pro laning mid.
Yeah, well, that's just a patch, right? But I don't know how defensive they can be here.
Snowball in, even with two supports behind him, Arc Warden takes a tumble. Now they've got the cog trap in onto Lil. Get the trade, at least some kind of kill to come in, but you can see Ramsey's there is like, nice, well played. You've killed the Arc Warden, keep him down. Keep stamping him into the ground.
Exactly. No one is super happy with this. It does not matter at all that Lil dies or goes down. Engagements, it's irrelevant. The fact that Arc Warden dies is all that you really have to care about. He's gonna get the sentry down and get the ward at least. 100 gold and 100 experience.
Top lane is just like a triple wave comes in under Ramsey's tower. They've caught Solo though on the other end. And here comes the Ion Shell damage. Where is it? In onto Solo, and down he goes. Clockwork with that. A bit of DPS running on top of the battery assault. Now moving forward, looking for Ramsey's. Aeroblade in trouble. Bring the TP in, but Solo cancels. That's a nice bait. Really well played.
Not have reflection quite yet. Probably gonna skill in level. Kind of needs it when they're doing these. Not skilling it. All right. They might just stick around and do more of these ventures under a tower with the Darkseer and the.
Well, mid lane. Again, they go in. Phase shift.
Fairy firing. Is he going to be able to stay on? Leaves 2 hits. Can't get it. 1 hit.
bo1 has plenty of 1 charges to keep on going, but you've forced this Arc Warden all the way back to base, right? There's no salve. There's no regen. There's nothing left.
Yeah, and meanwhile, you mentioned regen. They're probably going to pass the bottle to Lil here. Let him get full HP.
Just so happens to be a regen rune bottom. Oh, yeah.
That is, you know, rewarded for your efforts. Aggressive play and you get something. That's the way it should be.
VP praying to the right gods. Game.
You won't find a rune when you get forced to run back to base.
So down at bottom, the lane that we haven't really looked at because all of the action's been top and middle has been a bit of a farm trade-off here. Lycan coming out on top ever so slightly, about a wave and a half ahead of Pasha on the Omni Knight, but you've got a Phase Boots Omni Knight now with level 2 Purification and 2 in the Degen Aura to run you down, while Lycan has also potentially had to slow down his timing or definitely shift his itemization, going for treads rather than just going into the Helmra.
Yeah, it gets super tough to last it actually against the high-level Degen Aura as well, because it does slow your attack speed, not just movement speed. So that's something that people sometimes forget about, and this is going to allow the Omni Knight with Phase Boots to farm so easy.
Even with Lil forcing out a TP and a cancel. Tusk down at bottom lane. They could go in again potentially here. Pasha has a Mango, but he wants to keep that for his full wand. No real mana to play around with a Soul Ring. Still in that quick buy slot as top lane. Ramsey's snowball save from Lil. Turn it back around as the TP kept alive. Ramsey survives. No ways he's still up and running. Matt going back in, but Leposa will be forced away with the Maledict and the stun coming in. Yeah. Catch Solo as well. Potentially look for that kill as... Oh, Clockwork surging forward. But
I don't have Ion Shell anymore, but I want to go.
Not just now.
They're putting a lot of pressure onto TB. They're doing a good job.
Hey, look at mid. No one solo kills the Arc Warden.
He's at this point now. He's just underfarmed. Well played, Go, says no one.
Whoops.
Yeah. I mean, this is the kind of advantage they gave to Puck early on. He gets that first blood. They gave him enough that he can get some farm, and now Arc Warden can't really lane against this alone. He's level 4. There's a level almost 7 Puck against him. There's an Arc in rune bottom if he can get Puck as well.
And it's not as though this Arc Warden... Like, Arc Warden is one of those weird heroes. I'll come back in a second as Ramsey's top pops the meta with the Sunder. Last second swaps HP with a Clockwork to bring him down. The Glimpse drags the Witch Doctor into the waiting arms of Ramsey's TB very quickly turn those two supports into absolute mincemeat.
Yeah, and Ramses is top farmer, so the fact that he gets those 2 kills as well now, he's having a really good game for him.
But yeah, like Arc Warden, early game, if you shut him down, he's not one of those heroes that can go and like flash farm jungle or, you know, really split push effectively or safely. It really does take time for him to reach a point where he...
And it's gonna take more time.
Oh, is he dead again?
He is. There's not any real save on the side of SD, so that's when every time they go here, they know there's not really any counterplay. Whereas you see when SG go on someone, they have to be a little bit more careful. There could be a Tusk, could be a Disruptor play or something. Of course, the cask is the only real thing you have to be worried about, but yes, it's just free food right now for the puck. I think he has to go jungle, but he's gonna persistently go back to mid lane. No one is not going to let him. Fight him again.
Do you know where no one is? Pop the clarity out. This puck is so incredibly strong. Top lane, they do find Ramsey's snowball back in onto Clockwork. They will slow things down. But the shard's there. I'll bring down Teolacor as Lil traded back for it. Through the wall. Okay. Get himself some gold from these illusions. Free money.
Doesn't get less. Value lost. 5 gold.
Looks like did no one get the arcane rune?
He did not. I think.
Which doctor must have denied it?
There's so much going on at the same time. I believe it was denied because I can't remember anyone.
Don't mind me.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that which doctor made a godly play. Bardino denied the arcane rune.
Massive.
No one didn't get it. So a long distance here until that hand of Midas.
But he is closing up on level 6 though. And that's going to be at least some more aggressiveness for him. He can put more pressure onto the puck. Because right now he doesn't have much that he can do. Even the Spark Wraith Harass does not work against a horrible matchup. But, trying. Once he has his level 6, he can put more Flux Harass.
Meanwhile, in Pasha Land.
Yeah, Pasha Land is looking great right now. He has his Soul Ring.
Second highest net worth in the game.
Highest he is in the game. He's doing it, sitting down here and just taking all the farm he wants. Of course, Lycan is still not struggling too much, but 52 CS at minute 9:30 is definitely not free farm. That's not a clean game. So he's stacked up. They want to make use of the Lycan ulti. They're going.
Ramsey's pushed back by the cogs for now. A few more hits will finish off the Clockwork, but you're right.
They want a TB, but they're going to settle for a Tusk if they can get him.
Snowball from Lil. No. Stunned up. Yeah. Place for long enough. And now SG will retreat, backing away.
Only a level 2 glimpse. If that was a level 3 glimpse already, then maybe he would have been able to get a glimpse play there. They're going to get away from that tower dive. He's on an ulti. I don't think he's getting. Regen rune. We're probably going to be able to take it.
Wait. Oh. Solo, no! He died to Iron Shell Wolves.
Oh god, that is so dirty. They're actually trying to kill Ramses as well.
I'm thinking to myself, like, there's no way I missed a kill here. How did he die? And then you just look at the map and you see the wolves with the Iron Shell on them.
Of course. Not just the Clockwork in this team that you can play it around.
I guess
that's cheeky.
Yeah. I guess this does start to make sense then, that they've got Darkseer with Helm of the Dominator. Lycan appears to be skipping over that for now and is heading straight into aiming towards Necro 3. Of course, with the Lycan ulti, you know, you get that super speedy Centaur or the Hellbear or whatever it may be to get up top of people and add, you know, not just more damage, but utility through stuns, control.
Well, they have at least a Darkseer with his Dominator, so they still have a double kill. They're still pushing towers, so sure, they need the Necrobook early in this game for multiple different reasons. Mana burn is just amazing here, and the Purge from Necro 3 is going to be so great. So it makes sense.
You think he goes back for Helm on Lycan? Because it seems like such a vital item.
I would probably still go for it, yeah. The aura is amazing. Not just the HP region, but that attack's so great for your entire summoner. Be valuable. But it's kind of funny to die to Iron Shell from Wolves combo. The thing is that you don't actually get any warning message, right? You have to pay attention. You have to look at your HP dropping because you don't get alerted by anything. if you're not visibly being attacked.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm taking damage? Well, Solo, he's being visibly attacked now. Drops the Static Storm on top of the Clockwork, though, as Leposa does arrive. The Darkseer is here, but it's Solo escaping. The Maledict will pop and finally kill him off. Clockwork is managing to find a way out of this, though, with a nice little jaunt over the top. They'll catch him. TP.
SG are doing a good job, though, at just pressuring and trying to play a big map here. This is a term that people use a lot in competitive, where you play big map, small map. The idea is they're putting pressure onto... Nice solo kill by Noah. That damage from the Veil brings down the Witch Doctor immediately. But yeah, they're trying to expand their map so that they can farm up the Arc Warden and Lycan by using the power of the Darkseer earlier.
Then VP to kind of react to what you're doing.
Really just trying to get any form of pressure off Costabil here, but he's getting dove again here. He summons an extra illusion, but, you know, there's a haste rune on Puck. He doesn't care. Keep being in your face.
Midas is coming. He'll be here soon.
Soon.
15 minutes. Probably early. Well on his way towards it. Costabil not looking completely down in the dumps now, but a glimpse of the Darkseer will put the poster into some trouble. No one arrives with this wonderful Puck. The damage fly on through as the hook shot lands from Kyolokor onto this Tusk. Lil doesn't have Snowball, but does have a shard, and with a TP arriving, they'll turn back onto the Clockwork, rip him apart, and no one chased down, but has a jaunt and an orb to get away from danger. And now VP, they can reset, regroup, think about their next move, as SG lose 2 heroes, and they rotate the Lycan in, popping his ulti, so lots expended there for nothing gained.
I love that you bring that up as well. The fact that they rotate in the carry here as well is really a big damage, right? Because you move so many heroes there, you still don't get anything, you still lose 2 heroes for nothing, and you did commit your ultimates. Every single ulti apart from the wall on cooldown on the Radiant, so that was a very big blow to their economy and their momentum. Now they don't have like an ulti for 80 seconds. They can't really make a play right now. The TB is farming away here despite 2 heroes being top. He knows that he has nothing to worry about. Oh, he got the Necro Book with the illusion. A lot of gold to give away. Gold just like that. Oh no. Arc Warden. It's never safe.
You see this line of dire heroes coming into the Radiant side of the map, and you're thinking, okay, they're pressuring tier 1. Oh, they're going to go for a kill on the Witch Doc. No, they found someone bigger, better. It's the Arc Warden again. And Pasha, he knows what's up. Drops the whoops in chat, as no one now with a Veil and Blink. Minutes into this game does get hook shotted up.
Oh, he might be in trouble here.
Shards come in, try and push him out, but no one. Static Storm will not keep you alive through this. Surely not. The heal, the purification, everything. No one. He's kept up and running. The rappel comes out. No way has VP done this. How have they got the Puck out of danger? How have they killed off a Clockwork? How are they surviving? Solo trapped inside between the walls and the ice shards, and down he goes in the trees. He'll fall. Lil now. They've used everything to save their no one Puck, so they will pay a price. But that price is 2 supports. Not really something no one is going to be too worried about moving forward.
Yeah, that's not the worst for them, but now there's a lot of pressure coming down the mid tower. They're probably going to get this tier 1. Puck trying to delay it the best he can, but he doesn't really have what is needed to kill anything here. Ramses, though, walking around, trying to get Witch Doctor. Invis Rune is there. How handy.
See ya.
He would have been fine anyway. But I want to mention when Arcran gets caught out there earlier that he's playing really aggressive despite having vision of the enemy moving in. Like, they have great wards on the Radiant. They've dropped these deep wards that really indicate where the enemy are going. Nice in time and nice early, but desperately wants his Midas. And that was what, you know, made him probably play there aggressively. Finally has it. Minute 16, though, is... That's not a Midas timing that you want on any hero.
That's not a Midas timing.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Straight up, it's not spectacular by any means.
Surprised he's not just using his ulti immediately for Midas.
It's out now. Throw some spells in onto Ramses as well, but illusion being cleared up.
Yeah,
Solo.
That clone gives a lot of gold if you kill it. The illusions... Oh, they just got it. Yeah, that's a lot of gold every time that you manage to kill that. Be able to... I think it's fixed at like 220 on every level. I don't know if it gets higher on level 2 or level 3 ulti.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it actually does not say in the... But it's a lot of
Super
gold. And experience.
So what we're looking at now, tons of money on the darks here saved up. 20 good. Could be looking for that blink. Try and play around with the clockwork a little bit more.
I was thinking Crimson Guard maybe. He's going for Guardian Greaves. I feel like they need a defensive item. So Guardian Greaves, sure, that's going to be amazing against the puck as well, because he can unsilence himself, of course. And they have more AoE heal. Just counteract all the disruptor. However, when Terrorblade uses Metamorphosis and focuses on one guy, your mech or Greaves are not going to be that effective. Of course, the armor from Greaves. Long way till there.
Nice little cap. Expensive.
It is. So, it takes a long time to get to the Guardian Greaves in, but the mech itself is quite... Just being really aggressive here and pushing out the lanes, getting the mid lane pressured in, because now they're trying to regain this map. They're trying to take over the full map control again. Earlier it was SD, now VP going in. I have an ulti.
Look at that, they've caught Solo as well with that nice hook shot in. It's all a great vision game here from SG. They've seen this coming, they've set up for it, and now they'll chase in for more. No one in all sorts of problems, Pasha. He needs to pop the GA here onto the puck. Potentially no, the blink away will save no one for now. The Sunder from Ramses keeps him up and running as they get back to the shrine. And now it is VP to be on the back foot. Pasha stuck inside the cogs. They've got the damage coming in from Costabile, but they've got the repel from Pasha to keep himself up and running. And no one jumps back in to get a bit of chip damage in here onto SG as the snowball rolls forward. Lil wants the fight. He's in the middle of everybody, but that is way too far in. Costabile TP's his little illusion
Saving
out
the
there
clone.
in the middle of
They have glimpse. Gonna glimpse the Darkseer, bringing him back.
It's like they should be able to finish him off pretty easily as well with all the damage they've got between them.
Yeah. Slight over-aggression by SD, but they only lose the Darkseer still after getting out. So, quite nicely done. They almost brought down the puck. They forced the GA, and the GA could also have misfired since the Necro was still there, still had its purge, but clutch blink by no one to get out of. Would have been a very, very big kill.
All such like a kind of a nice chain of events as well, because SG, they see VP coming down here, and then VP missed the ward barely with his sentries, like just out of range. Then they come all the way in, the SG is setting up, bringing heroes down, filtering through past their shrine. The VP ward does get dewarded immediately by a sentry.
Look. DD Terrorblade.
Big TB.
He just had Metamorphosis for a little bit while he had DD in there, but that did so much work. I don't know if they're getting this. To run away.
Out.
Clockwork gonna go for the punish.
Solo again.
Oh god.
Shards and cogs. They'll drop the static storm here on the ramp. The choke point holding Clockwork in for now, but it looks like he will be okay. Just to walk back with that urn.
And the steal now.
Over.
Trying at least.
They're going for this. It looks like they are. They might just secure it as well. Lycan ripping apart Roshan.
There's no
Aegis is
meta.
about to fall on the floor. No one. He's going to have to face shift. Does jaunt in. Snatches there as Dire claims the kill. But this Yule Scepter doesn't buy anything for no one. SG take down the puck.
Yeah, I like Bardinier saying, sorry, Roshan. that is very nice. He feels for the big man.
So VP get the kill on Roche, Aegis taken by the Lycan, but this momentum seems to be going the Radiant's way.
Yeah, of course, the kill on Roche is sort of nice, but the kill on Puck is almost bigger than the Roche kill. It certainly is. The amount of experience that you get from him as well. He's level 15 on that Puck. Top, they're trying to make a player on Disruptor. It'll be hard to get out of the Surge Centaur running in.
No TP.
Yeah, and even if it did, there's still a vacuum, so this is just a death trap for Solo. Being thrown, but you know, it's mostly just throwing your condolences. But yeah, they made a good play there, making use of the Metamorphosis being down. That's the biggest thing against a TB. You have to play when it's down. Oh, going in now against TB.
It is up.
Yeah, and he has Sunder as well, so it could be hard to bring him down. Like an ulti gets committed. A little bit
Kill
optimistic.
those illusions. Kill those illusions.
He got him. He got him.
They were looking for that continuation as Lil top Not quite going to connect with the shards there. Maybe could have secured a kill on the Darkseer if that had all worked out.
Yeah, no one really wants to kill the Darkseer now because he has the Yule Scepter, so he has that hard counter to the Surge. But he was wise enough to get away.
This is definitely that period of the game where, you know, Lycan starts to get into the groove, gets the swing of things, is looking pressure towers. As long as SG can, you know, play around that Lycan with the Aegis and the ultis and keep this Arc Warden farming. Because Maelstrom Midas are two big old farming items, and Boots of Travel, that's not a fighting item, that's more farming.
Yeah, it's gonna allow him to at least send his clone in to the fights that are gonna happen, very likely. And meanwhile, he just wants to keep his main hero farming away and preparing for that mid to late game or late mid game, whatever you want to call it. Because this is not his timing yet. His Midas timing was late, and his fighting time is going to be late. That's simply how it works. Meanwhile, though, VP are wasting no time. They're taking down a tower bottom without committing the meta, so they can still keep going as well. Gonna force them back on the high ground here. So whenever you see the enemy split pushing like this, even if you don't think you can Rax here, VP, they know they need to force the enemy home. And if no one TPs, you know, like, sure. But that they force the TPs now, yeah, deal some more damage. So they're safe enough. Now they TP out.
Ramses get the repel on him. Oh, very, very close. Hook shot not landing there, but Witch Doctor will fall top lane as they all come back in, VP.
As one of the scary things, the repel TP is not, you know,
guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It can backfire. Focus mark. They get a kill top as well. They did lose their tier 2 tower, but they took a tier 2, took half a tier 3. Don't underestimate that prep work, because that's going to be really big. And if you ever get into a split push scenario where Puck is split pushing, a half HP tier 3 very quickly goes. This Pasha build, I'm looking at it right now. He's got the Solar Crested drums to force and going for a Radiance next. He is like, I'm in the center of the fight. I'm tanky.
Classic.
Why not me be shiny?
Yeah, why not me?
Why not me?
My Puck isn't going to get his hands dirty. I've got to do it. Well, normally not.
He is definitely up there in farm. He's just 600 behind the Puck, so why not?
Speaking of Puck, no one gets a nice little urn charge on him. Soul releases there. Throwing out orbs to try and hold back this push, but it's an easy tier 1 for SG. Do send the Spirit Double up towards the top. Trying to clear out some of this wave. Themselves, in reality, down at bottom lane. Still with a Lycan ulti. Aegis lasting for another 35 seconds or so. Would be nice if SG could get some more mileage out of it, but it's been one of those farming Aegises, right?
It's part that and part that Parablades still have 40 seconds until the next Metamorphosis, and you're really on a timer. I feel like they're gonna miss this one, though, where they can't really pressure too much before the Metamorphosis again. Half a minute here, and they're not really in position to strike at a tower, and they're not in a good position in terms of lanes. Top is being pushed in, mid is being pushed in. Look at Puck even, just going for stuff here.
What's no one doing?
Well, he does have Disruptor behind him, so he's thinking maybe I can kill, but more importantly, he's just making sure nothing is happening while we don't have meta. If you're the aggressor, then your team is going to be safe, right?
Getting information.
Yeah, information, and Puck is not a very long cooldown ulti as well, just 40 seconds. Kind of works well. Use it aggressively. B, not going to get that clone. Gold, but
I guess you get that kind of mentality thing as well, right? No one just keeps going in, and you're never sure when the real initiation is coming. Like, is he just poking and prodding this time? Is he jumping me with his entire team? Do we react? Do we TP? Like, what's going on?
One of the most intimidating things in Dota is really playing against a very highly talented player. Someone of the caliber of no one on Puck is gonna be able to play around you forever. They can just be on your map. Look at him. He's like, okay, my team is farming in my side of the map. I'll be on this side of the map. You know, I don't need to be. He's even orbing in here. The enemy have vision here. He might go down, he might not. He could even live here. Despite being under vision and the enemy all seeing him.
Oh my goodness, no one. He's got more to give here. He's got phase shift, he's got blink in a second, but the cogs push back and the death ward in. Phase shift again from no one, buys time for the blink to come out, and it looks like Puck might just be good with another orb and a phase shift again. No one How many heroes has he baited down here?
One player just took care of the entire enemy team. He forced out ultimates from the enemy team, multiple ultimates from the enemy team, and his team is doing whatever, and no one is just like, well played. No one is an absolute god on mid, and his puck is phenomenal to watch. Like, he's so confident. That was when they had vision on him to initiate. If they don't see him coming, it's going to be even harder to orchestrate how to bring him down.
He is so godly.
Yeah, so when you have this good game of a puck, the only way that you want to really translate all that farm into something is by creating space for your team. And of course, be there whenever you want to kill something, goes without saying. But look at TV. He's been untouched forever now. And he has his butterfly. During this time, he has the entire butterfly coming out. 27 minutes, fly Manta style. And remember that tier 3 tower that's low HP at bottom?
Oh, yeah.
They might go for it. They still have Omni on top. More likely they're going to play.
Well, it's an option for them. Asha trying to draw SG in, suck them towards a fight that they can't take.
Oh, Lycan might be the guy they run into.
Adriano, he's found Ramsey, sees him. There's the TV with a reflection to Snowball. Static Storm to follow, and Solo has managed to keep that Lycan locked down for long enough. The Dream Coil won't land onto the real Arc Warden here, as no one does. Keep moving forward, though, with the shards in, not quite connecting as they'd like. Costabile still going to get hit by the Yaws here, but Clockwork arriving with the cogs to push them back will buy time.
Solo has to be careful. He's not quite as tanky.
Well, Lilo's gone into tier 3s. He's dead, but Costabile, oh, the shards. He's got himself inside the magnetic field, but in comes the puck with the Jaunt and the Orb and the Waning Rift to deal the damage. The Sunder back onto Bardino, keeps Ramses alive, and VP running rampant here.
Oh,
one by one, SG are falling down. And it might just be a full wipe. No one, he's nearly got the body blocks.
Wow.
Darkseer survives. Still, VP losing 2 supports. Can't really get any big damage into the base.
I like how they, A, don't have a creeper, if B, haven't really taken the tier 2 tower either. So they're just kind of diving here, killing stuff. But definitely beautiful play all over there. Solo just knows that he has to go in hard there, get that glimpse down for his team. And wow, everyone on VP are just so strong right now. Every single core is coming online. Radiance now on Omni Knight. He is an absolute monster. Still only a 5k gold advantage, which is not too big. It's not insurmountable. However, though, Arc Warden is not really online yet. There's a difference in how effective the gold is at this point. You have a Mjolnir, you have a Shadow Amulet, and a Midas. That's not really enough to say, okay, I'm down, guys. Let's go fight. You need to really get to that Shadowblade Orchid or Shadowblade Nullifier point of the game. Oh, and he's getting caught up, maybe. Lycan.
Coil. And no one will just hold this Yule's. Adriano duking. Pops a shapeshift, but the control here out from VP. Looks like it should be good enough as they don't quite connect with the Static Storm, but still damage dealt. Lycan dead. 1 minute gone. Death Ward thrown into the mix here onto Ramses. But the TB is so tanky with all of that
Bottle DD rune as well. He's going in.
He's perfectly fine. He'll turn and kill. Swipes down the Witch Doctor. And SG, tail between legs. It's time to run and hide.
Solo got the glimpse on him.
On who? Oh my... Oh dear.
On the one that matters. He's sitting and hiding. Please
one hero.
don't Mr. Puck.
Dead for 60. So that's a minute without your Arc Warden now. And honestly, Waga, it wasn't a minute and a half ago where I was formulating questions, wondering, thinking to myself, is there a chance here for SG? Could they hit a timing? Is Lycan's pretty strong? Is Arc Warden going to come out of the woodwork? But no.
No one with a Dagon level 2 just going in and killing this guy as well.
Precisely.
And right now, TV is going for that tower that they already dealt damage to bottom. He's going in for finish. And he does have the meta up. After winning a big fight, he has meta ready. That's not very common.
Unheard of.
Yeah, that's strange, you know. But his entire team is just coming together and playing so well. Puck ulti.
And no one just diving in again. Vacuum back into the cogs.
Nice play.
3-man push back, but there's still Darkseer taking a fall here. No, he's kept himself alive. The Greaves. Enough.
The Lycan just melts, though. He can't go in like that. This TB does not care about him. He just kills him instantly. The Sunder is there.
There was once a Lycan there, huh?
Yeah, they want to make a Sunder play. Probably just gonna take the, from the clone. That's fine enough. No one actually diving in for this clone.
very low HP, but he knows the Pasha's got his back. Purification and Repel both there as VP will fall away. Hook shot lands onto Creeps, not catching any heroes, and now VP, they've not fully retreated, they turn, and Clockwork a bridge too far as they catch the Yules in onto Arc Warden. Shadowblade away with a vacuum wall onto 4. She will do a bit of damage, but it's not a one-team fight. It's not a single kill. Yeah. It's not a single glimmer of hope here for SG.
Don't have enough lockdown together with that vacuum. If they had any form of stun, you know, but sadly, Clockwork, he went a little bit too aggressive, thinking maybe they're TPing out. Maybe I can get the pick that we need here. Because they're in desperate town, right? They need to get something. Tried, but DP, they know what they're doing. They're not backing out too early.
And yeah, definitely Solo's buying the best item in the game.
Oh yes, he knows. The meme hammer is the one to finish this game. Solo he's been on point with his positioning in this game. Part of the 21 of the 26 kills as Disruptor in this game. We give a lot of credits to Puck, of course, but really, Solo has been
instrumental. And he's not bottom net worth. It's always good to see when Solo is ever so slightly ahead of Lil.
No stranger to being down there on the lowest net worth, and he still makes stuff happen.
Yeah.
Right now, it looks like most of Dire just prepping. They have 10 seconds to the meta being off cooldown. Again, this is very rhythmical, the way you play around TV. Time it's going to be around the Roshan. They have good sentries down. Cleared out that there are no wards.
I swear, Ramses is just like pulling items out of thin air. Like, oh, I've got a butterfly, guys. Oh, I've got a Skadi, by the way. Oh, yeah, don't worry, guys. I've got another item coming.
It is
non-stop.
It is easier to do so when you have no one on Puck in your team.
Making all that space.
Played quite a few games with no one, and I don't dislike it.
Oh, the VP, you set yourselves up for that one. Oh, nice attempt, but still, down goes the Clockwork. SG losing 1 into 2, but now the damage from Lycan and this Arc Warden starting to add up.
Aegis
look at this Aegis on the floor. The Lycan grabs it. Ramses is going to get out of here. VP, you have made a monumental cock-up. Have you just thrown away this lead that you've had? It looks like it.
Ramses
But no,
is so
Ramses is too big. Stands his ground, rips them apart. Solo's there with them as well. That looked like an absolute mess as VP line up ducks in a row to block the hook shot coming in, but set up for a great vacuum wall.
There's that blink dagger from the Darkseer. It's so good when you can see the enemy like that. It's a great combination. Everything really went as good as it could for SG there. Like, can get some good instant kills, but even so, it's a very large net worth advantage, and that TV did not die. So, even with that, they still lost the fight.
Ramses just kept on going. He's got so much love to give.
He does. A lot of love.
Hugging SG to death.
Mostly love, yes.
Sundering down the poor little Clockwork as the Dream Coil Death Ward double damage no one Puck nearly kills off the Arc Warden immediately.
It's even obnoxious the amount of time it takes to heal up after that harassment. The Puck is just keeping you in fountain for a while.
Let me out! Glimpse back.
Yeah, and they still have the cheese. One of the few good things about this for SG is they do have the cheese on Lycan as well. He got a massive steal there. Getting both the Aegis and then and the Roshan last hit, I believe. He got everything.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
VP kind of just...
Yeah, they slipped up on that one, for sure. They definitely did.
I mean, they were memeing for sure. Having 3 heroes literally
they just didn't think that they could lose a fight, right? Yeah. They thought that Clockwork is going to go for the Aegis steal. They just rocketed, and they wanted to block the hook.
And they scanned up. They knew he was here as
Exactly. It's just they forgot the fact that there is a big combination with the Clockwork and the Darkseer on the side of Radiant, and they made it work in that fight. I believe they even got like a 3-hero Maledict or something like that. It was a large combo that they pulled off. VP getting a little bit sloppy there, but still 22,000 gold ahead, and they're not turning down the pace. They're going again.
End this. Solo is out of mana. He's farming jungle camps on his way to the Meteor Hammer. 100 gold
he's
away.
Like, guys, please let me just sell my Windlace, get the Meteor Hammer, TP out, and I'll be there in a sec. Come on, sell it.
There we go. Nah. And he's got an Observer Ward given to him by Lil as well. What a wonderful team.
And the gold is taken just enough.
Top shrine has fallen.
Oh, a shrine goes down. Money. Buy smoke, quick.
That's true. Wow, that was a quick decision making there. He's an efficient shopper.
Yeah.
I could go shopping with Solo. He's like, I need this, I take this.
No browsing, just like...
Yeah, very casual. Oh, wow, the damage onto the clone. Almost one-shotting it with the Veil and Dagon 5. Fuck, gonna get the kill on the clone.
It goes.
He has Octarine and Arcane Rune. I bet you no one is like, let's go now. Right now.
I have so many spells. Spells? So many spells. Just like... Going?
He almost killed him already. Like, that was the real Arc and he almost burst him. He's gonna go again in just a few seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if you need to pluralize seconds. He's just immediately ready to go again. They shift once more. Vacuum Wall does catch 2, but it's the hook shot into the back that matters the most. The other call not able to keep VP locked down, and SG, even on their high ground, being absolutely shredded. No one is deep. Looking for Bardinho here. A few more clicks should secure the kill, but Buddha Restoration keeps him alive as in the back end. The Lycans run into his own demise. Body blocked up a little bit by Pasha, but it's the dive in from Ramses, and no one as he gets a double kill in the back end.
No, not in the back end. In the fountain, he gets a double kill. He was diving into the fountain and killing them. He is absolutely a monster.
So he went from here 1v2 to diving fountain?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Sure.
I can't really remember which order he killed the two of them there, the Witch Doctor and the Arc Warden. Yeah, he killed Arc Warden second. Arc Warden had 600 HP or something. He's like, nah, I'm going into fountain. You're dead. You're still dying.
Just straight up.